Peace and blessings, family. Good evening. It is 8 o'clock p.m. and it's kickoff time with yours truly, Brother Amar Maury, the founder of Tribal Unity Organization, also the president of Synergetic Networking Group, LLC. My queen, Amani Maury, she is the co-founder of Tribal Unity Organization, and she is the executive director of Synergetic Networking Group, LLC. We thank you so much for tuning in on this evening, and you are in for a phenomenal treat on this evening. We're going to have with us today on this platform, to bless the platform, one of our queens within the community, Dr. Joy K. Alston. She'll be on here shortly. In the meantime, I'd like for you to enjoy the soulful sounds of Najee. And also, if you'll be so kind to invite, to share, and also you can go on my page. You could go under my profile picture. You can scroll down and you'll see some icons there. One of the icons says follow. Click on that follow and you'll see some icons that will come up in the form of cell phones. One in the middle will tell you to get the notifications, and the one to the right will say first to see. Click on that for me. And also, if you would be so kind to go on Dr. Joy K. Alston's page as well and do the same thing, that'll be great. Listen, remember, this platform is not about fame. It's all about change. Thank you once again for tuning in to this evening's program with Dr. Joy K. Alston. It feels so good. Oh, here we go.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, it's on.
It is on and popping tonight. Yes, yes, it is on and popping.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Listen, family, also, if you be so kind to make sure, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Like it, love it, okay? Because when you do that, Facebook gives us more people that comes in. And so I know you want somebody else's life to be blessed. Come on now. You know you're getting blessed to be a blessing. Come on now. You already know that you get blessed to be a blessing to somebody else. So come on and be a blessing to this good sister who put in the work to be where she is today. I'm telling you right now, I'm so excited about this sister. I know I've been inboxing her, ping, 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 ping. Yeah,
oh,
man.
Goodness.
hey, you know, the blessings they overtake you, right? They chase you, right? Hey, that's what it is. I'm just excited about being a blessing to you, my good sister, and also about the women that's out here, because I know you have a phenomenal testimony. So let's dive in, because I know that you are fired up.
Yes.
I know that you're ready to take off.
Yes.
You know, so, hey, listen, the platform is yours, good sister. I will just ask questions periodically, you know, so I would love for you to go ahead on and share your journey. From my knowledge, my understanding, you have won $15,000 in the small business contest nationally.
Yes.
That's correct, right?
It was a $15,000 small business contest for the whole entire United States. Kimyons International, which is my natural hair care line, was the grand prize winner of $5,000. And then there were other winners as well, too. But the beautiful thing about that is, I tell you that our business was chosen out of over 200-something businesses, small businesses that were submitted for this contest. So when I tell you, it required work, it required dedication, perseverance.
Wow.
It required, you know, getting beat up by your mentors. I had to definitely put yes, they beat me up really bad. Like, they made me cry. They really made me cry. When I tell you they made me cry,
Yeah.
but the reason they made me cry was also the reason that I was the grand prize winner. So,
all right.
With that being said, you have to put your work in. You can't expect just all these things to fall out of the sky. You've got to put your work in. You've got to invest in others as well, too. And since then, when I tell you I have some amazing mentors, I send love out to them right now. I'm
Awesome.
absolutely thankful for them. They challenge me. When I tell you I talk to them on a weekly basis, I talk to them on a weekly basis. And, you know, they're
Wow.
not small time people. I'm telling you, they're doing government contracts. They're in major retail stores. They've been on TV nationally. They've traveled the world. So they're not just small time people. So when I actually pick up the phone and call them or text them, it's an honor every time to connect with them. So definitely when I
Wow.
tell people, put your work in. And this is just the
Mm.
beginning. So with going to
Yes,
the
ma'am.
next level, I have to now look at how I'm going to strategize to make sure I stay at that level, and then now look to the next 4 levels. I can't just stop where I'm at, because I have to
Mm-hmm.
begin to speak those things. I have to also change my mindset. A lot of times,
Mm-hmm.
we were
All
just
right.
talking about that today. And people were saying that if your dreams don't scare you, obviously you're not thinking big enough. And that is so
All
true.
right.
A lot of times
All
we
right.
hear people saying that and we're like, oh, that's just a cliche. But if your dreams don't wake you up in the middle of the night, you're dreaming too small. I'm sorry. Because your dreams should be, your vision should be so big that it requires an army to get it done. So, like, I have an army now, I have a team now that gets it done, so that when I text my marketing director and saying, hey, I'm working on this, and he's already on step 12, and I'm like, wait a minute, man, I'm just telling you the idea, but he already gets it, and he understands that as soon as
That sounds like my wife.
right, as soon as vision comes out, he's running with it, because he understands, and he's the reason why we've had a lot of successful things that have happened with our business. So when I tell you, you definitely got to be supported by a team. And that's not only your mentors, but your friends or family or whomever it may be. And just speaking on that as well, too, let me tell you, surround yourself with positive people. The negative people, 2018 is the year to get rid of people. Subtract, subtract, subtract. I don't care who they are. If it's
Thank
mama,
you.
daddy,
Thank you.
sister,
Thank you.
cousin, brother, your husband, your wife, if they're not believing in you, they got to go. And this is the year, because when you remove those people out of your life, then it opens up the door for those that really want to support you come in, because you'll find out your greatest support comes from people that are not even associated with you. They may be a complete stranger. Wow. And I'm telling you, it's been complete strangers that have invested in me and that have believed in me and that have opened up those platforms, but you would never know them. And a lot of times we say we want things to happen, but we're expecting it to be in this pretty little box. We want it to be like, I'm going to show you an example of my amethyst oil. This is a perfect box, has the logo on it. Oh, it's just beautiful. Oh, and this is how I thought what I was requesting was going to come. But then you realize it comes like this, and it's ripped a little bit, and it's got, but that's really your blessing in disguise. So I need people to understand 2018 is the year of demonstration. You got to go get it. You got to be passionate. You got to push like never before. And when you begin to push, I'm not talking about, oh, I just want to slightly open the door. No, I want you to take your foot and I want you to kick that door in, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're empowered to be great. You're empowered to be wealthy. You're empowered to be happy, healthy, whole, a successful marriage. You're empowered to be great. So why are you settling for mediocrity? Mediocrity, you might as well be dead. And for me, I can't live a mediocre life. Right. I have to be great. And in order for me to be great, I have to walk in my complete divine purpose. And when you walk in your purpose, there's nothing that can stop you. Yes, you're going to have distractions. I had a distraction this week. Matter of fact, it was just crazy. But when I tell you the next day, like 3, 4, 5 doors open up, see that distraction, had I focused on it, then I would have missed what was about to happen. So then, therefore, those distractions are actually a part of your journey. Don't get mad at them. Don't get mad at people when they don't want to support you. Don't get mad at people when they say you'll never be anything, or, you know, your product won't be successful, or your business won't be successful, or you can't sing, girl. That's a part of your journey. because that helps build your skin. And you get this thick skin, so you look at them and say, okay, next, move on. And those same people that talked about me now asking me, well, are you hiring? Oh, really? You was the same person that said I would never make it. And now I'm telling you, oh, you want to talk to me about a potential position, or you want to borrow money from me. Oh, let's be real now. So I'm bringing it to the table. No, this is straight business. And when you come to the table ready to rock and roll, that's when doors open up. And I'm telling you, I'm not taking no for an answer this year. You might say no, but I'm going to go to the person behind you until I get my yes. And if he says no, I'm going to keep going until I finally get my yes. And when they say, I've seen you, you've been determined, I've got to open this door. I don't even like you. I've had somebody say that, I don't even like you, but for some reason, I got to do this for you. That's called favor. You don't have to like me, but when I'm in position to walk and do what I'm supposed to do, you got to open that door. And if you don't open that door, it may cost you your very life. Boom, drops the mic. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just a little hyped tonight. I am really, really hyped. You don't understand. I'm excited for the people. I'm excited.
Well,
yes.
Sister, you have every reason to be. For those who just tuned in, our sister actually won a contest.
Yes.
Okay. Out of 200 people, and she received $15,000. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the person who gave you the monies, the person name is Laditra White. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, see, I actually watched that video, sis, before you and I became friends, and I seen, the direction that you were going in.
Yes.
And this is why I love this right here, because I was one of your supporters before you even got to the place that you are.
See?
And I don't know if you remember that. I started sharing your stuff before that even happened.
Yes.
And so also, I want you, if you would be so kind, because see, you are a mother of a son.
Yes.
And I take it that you're single, correct?
I am single, but you know what? This is the year that the queen is going to be blessed. So let's move on forward. I don't want no thirsty inboxes in my inbox, okay? I'm telling you, I got a list, and you got to come correct. So we're not going to even talk about that. We're talking about business tonight. But, even with marriage, that's a business, too. I need you to understand that. Okay, go ahead. Move on. I'm ready
it's
for
all right,
it.
sis. Hey, I may know a couple people. But listen, though, seriously, on a serious note, though, I know that, it had to be a challenge because my mom, raised me, by herself, And so I would love for you to share your journey to entrepreneurship, being a single parent mother. I mean, just put some things on the table for those who are aspiring entrepreneurs and they're single parent moms and they just feel like there's no hope for them because of that situation.
Whew. I had to take a breather on that one because somebody told me last year, Joy, it's time to share your story. Somebody needs to hear your story. You've been quiet for too long.
Yes.
So this is the start of my story.
All right.
I just celebrated. Yes, I just celebrated a birthday. Yes, I just celebrated a birthday. Turned 36. But I'm really 25. I'm telling everybody that.
Oh Lord! Because you and my wife's sisters.
Yeah, we are. We
She's been 26 for a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm 26, and I ain't telling nobody that anything else. Okay.
So
but
if
my
anybody
story.
asks her age, she's 26.
I'm 26. That's right. Keep it moving. And hello to everybody that's out there joining. Hello. I normally greet you every time, but I'm following, and I gotta submit to my brother, man, and I got to make sure that I honor his Facebook Live time. So, I'll say hello to you afterwards and message you and thank you for joining. But tell them my story. My story starts when 1996, January the 14th, 1996. I was 14 years old. And I can share this now because I'm okay with it. I was 14 years old, and that's when I lost my virginity. And that was just the slippery slope that kept going down. That was age 14. Age 15, I experienced something that when I got to college, I heard the statistics and I didn't want to believe it, but I was one of those statistics, because when I got to college, they told me that by the time you get to college, 1 in 4 women will be raped. I was one of those women at the age of 15. I was raped, and many of my family members, matter of fact, none of my family knows. So this is going to be live. Ooh, this is good. At the age of 15, I was raped. Went through that, never talked about it, never released it again until I was 25. Don't worry about that. I'm healed from that. We good.
All right.
At the age of 16, I had my son. I became a single mom. That wasn't from the rape. But I became a single mom at the age of 16, and was told, I was going to be Section 8 baby. I was going to have 12 different baby daddies. I was going to do this, and I wasn't going to ever be anything. But I'm telling you right now, the same person that you said wasn't going to be anything, the same person that was raped, the same person that went through a violent, abusive relationship, the same person whose life was threatened, a gun was put to her head, is the same person that's sitting here with you tonight that has her honorary doctorate degree, is the published author of a children's book, has a hair care line that is in 4 different countries right now. On top of, she's working on some other stuff that's about to pop off. Okay, and she has mentors that are multi-millionaires, and everything that she has done is debt free. So let me tell you, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you've been through. All that matters is where you're going. And if you see that you're going somewhere great, then that's where you're going to go. Had I let what I went through define me, then I would be somewhere with 12 different children by 12 different baby daddies on Section 8, expecting somebody to take care of me. But no, I chose to be the woman that I am. And people may say, well, you've been through this. Excuse me, you've been through that. But the reason I am where I am now is because of the fight that I've been through. And I'll tell anybody, I fight. And when I fight, I don't give up. I'm going for blood. And when I come for blood, that means I'm coming to get everything that belongs to me. The things that I lost, my self-confidence, my joy, my love, my peace, my money, everything that was taken from me is being restored. Why? Because I choose to change my mindset. I choose to understand that I can be great. It doesn't matter what has happened to me. But the same person that had a child at the age of 16, now, like I said, I'm a doctor now, and went on to college and got a bachelor's degree, worked on a master's degree, and now have the honorary doctorate. So don't tell me what can't be done. And so I'm encouraging those that, as single parent, I don't even list myself as a single parent anymore, because see, I'm already into my next phase of life, which means I'm married. So therefore, I don't see myself as a single parent. I understand that I'm a queen. And as a queen, I sit on my throne anticipating the presence of my king at all times. And we're ready to build this empire together. So that's where I'm at. I'm not at single parent no more, because single parent to me was broke, busted, disgusted, and can't be trusted. I'm the one that's, okay, what $1 million contract we going to sign today? Because my business is a multi-million-dollar business. And that's what I began speaking to myself these last 2 days. I said, in order for me to get to that next level, I got to already see it. And it can't happen until I put the work in, until I connect with the right people, until I make sure that I'm doing my research and that I'm understanding the industry. And that when I come for you, you understand that as Dr. Joy K. Alston, I'm a beauty expert. I know what I'm doing. I got this, and I'm continuing to grow. I'm continuing to educate myself. I'm continuing to empower those in my community. I'm continuing to build my community so that when you ask me to be on a platform, I have character and integrity, and I stand for what I know. And so at the end of the day, whether you believe what I believe or don't believe what I believe. I can sit with the person that's a Muslim. I can sit with the person that's an atheist. I can sit with the person that's a Baptist. I can sit with the person that he don't care and could care less about what I think. I can sit with the homosexual. I can sit with whomever it may be, because at the end of the day, I have a purpose, and my purpose involves me changing the world. And I am a world changer because I have a gift inside of me, and I have to release that gift to the nations. And therefore, in order for me to go to the nations, I got to start my process. And like I tell people, you want to be great, but you don't even have no passport. How you going to be great without a passport? How you talking about you want to go international and you can't even leave out of the city? I'm going to need you to travel just a little bit. And see, when you open up your horizons and you begin to open up your mind, you begin to see that there's a whole nother world outside of your four little walls. My backyard is not my city. My backyard is the world, because it was given to me. It was given to me to have dominion over. So therefore, I dominate in everything that I do, and I choose to be successful. And so if you don't like that, you need to move out the way. And if you don't move out the way, I'm going to bowl you over, point blank. There we go.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Chop, chop, off with the head.
Off with the head. That's it. I'm coming for you.
Outstanding. Yes. Outstanding. So my question to you is, what inspired you to go in the particular profession that you are in right now, monetizing on that? When did you also, it's a two-part question, and also, when did you recognize that you can monetize on your gifts?
Let me say something. The late, great Dr. Miles Monroe, he taught us that we are a solution to a problem that the world has. And when you become a solution, wealth always follows. So you don't have to worry about the money. Long as you are solving problems, you understand that wealth is going to follow you. You won't have to chase the money. The money will chase you down. That's a principle.
I would have thought you watched my video earlier the way you talking.
I mean, it's just the truth.
You said everything I said earlier, boy. You blowing my mind right now.
It is the truth. And so, for me, this vision it started back in 2007. So when people say, oh my goodness, you blew up overnight. No, I didn't. This is me, everything that's been working and that's been going, and that's been 10, 11 years in the making. So with you needing to understand this, it didn't happen overnight. It seems like it happened overnight, but because I put the work in behind the scenes, hours being up late 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, talking to people in China, talking to people in Korea, and trying to get answers to things that I needed to know. That's where now I'm being put on different platforms, because I understand that I have to be humble. I understand that I'm going to have to interact with different nationalities, and I need to be ready to rock and roll. I need to be a chameleon at all times. So, for me, when I started going natural, which was over 10 years ago, I was trying to find something that worked for me, because I was just having dry scalp like crazy. When I wore dark colors, it looked like it was snowing on my shoulders all the time, and I was tired of that. And I couldn't find anything, and people told me they didn't like, because when my hair got wet, it curled up, and that I wasn't black, and then they told me I wasn't white enough, and then they told me, I said, okay, let me just get something together. And so I began to just kind of tinkle with some things, and wanted to work on something. Then I went to one manufacturer, and they told me all of this money, and I said, oh, okay, that's like my salary for the whole year. You want me to give you that in hopes that this might work out? No, I can't do that. That don't work for me. So let me try some other things. And then I continued to work on it. Then I opened up a hair and nail salon. It was one of the biggest locations in the building that it was in here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We were open for 2.5 years. We were very successful. Excuse me. And we had a lot of great people in there. But then it was like, okay, this is not, I still feel compact. Something's not right. And so I said, okay, I got to do something. I was worried about, well, if I close my salon, what people going to think about me? You know what? People going to talk about you, whether you're successful. They're going to talk about you, whether you're not successful. So you need to do what's best for you. And that's what I learned.
That's right.
And so I know that I'm a success, and my salon was a success, because still to this day, people ask me, are you going to open up another one? You know I'm going to come back to you. You know I need to, because that means that I set a precedence, and the people that were working there set a standard that people enjoyed, and they liked the service that they got. And so with that, I was like, okay, I got to try something different, because I'm still having these issues. I'm not getting done what I need to do. I'm a mover and a shaker, and I'm just stuck in one location. And so then that's when I began to work on the product line, and begin to, when I say tirelessly work, long hours. I mean, I would say for about 6 months to a year, it was like I might get 4 hours of sleep a night, just working on stuff, just getting it together. And finally got it together. And finally I said, okay, we got this. Okay, I saved up and got this, and I had to save. It required me saving. And I was grateful to be able to have my 401k. So I was able to do all of that debt free and pay myself back. So I didn't have to borrow from the bank. So I was the bank. And I like being the bank, because at the end of the day, the bank gets all the money, the dividends, the interest, and all of that good stuff. And I don't want to pay nobody else no interest. I done paid them enough.
Right on,
they owe
right
me.
On.
I'm expecting a check in the mail any day now, because I done paid them too much money on something. So that's when the process started. And that was in 2016. And gosh, we're getting ready to come up on 2 years too. Oh my goodness. Wow, we're rocking and rolling.
Congratulations.
Yes. In June will be 2 years. And so 2016, June was when we launched officially. And we launched it a really bougie restaurant, Chima's. And everybody was like, I don't know if I can come to your launch party, because I don't know if I can afford to come. I said, you're not paying to come to the launch party. I already got this taken care of, and so
yes, ma'am. All right.
It was amazing. And from that, we've been in this short amount of time, we've been in 2 national magazines. We've been featured in an international film, the Black Friday 2, the Living World Legacy Tour, that has been seen all over the world. That is filmed. That was filmed in Accra, Ghana. That was filmed also in Brazil and other countries as well too. So when I tell you, this has been nothing but a wonderful ride. It has been amazing. It's been hard. It has literally cost me everything. But at the end of the day, what I'm reaping back now is priceless. I wouldn't trade it for the world, because it has definitely opened up doors and platforms. And that's why things that are getting ready to transpire in the next couple of months have been also because of those doors as well too. So, it was a problem that I had. And then I began to realize that other people had that same problem. Like, well, what do I use? Well, how do I get this done? And I still need to be fly. And that still needs to be affordable, because, I like to be on the budget. I don't want to pay you $100 for one product. No, we need to work this out. And so with that, that's where Kimyons International was born. And my paternal grandmother, she actually, when she was living, she passed before I was ever born. But before I was born, excuse me. No, it's okay. She's awesome. She's living through me. But she made products back while she was living for people with their hair as well too. So when I tell you, it's just me finishing what she started, and everything that she was enacting upon, I'm actually doing now, and didn't know until I became much older that those same passions and desires were what she had. And literally we're walking the same path, but I have a different knowledge and understanding. And so, yes, things are easier for me in this time than it was for her back then in the early 1900s. So for me, I'm just telling people, go after your passion, chase after whatever the issue is. There is a problem, and you are the problem solver. That's what you have to be. What problem can I solve? And when you realize that, oh my gosh, these are 12 different problems, I can make money off of this. Just like now, I can teach people how to do Facebook Live, because everybody don't know how to do it. things that come natural to me don't come natural to everybody else. Just like starting a business. I'm telling people, they're like, well, I never thought about that. Okay, I'm coaching you. And so now after I finish coaching you,
Right.
I'm getting ready to send you an invoice. There you go, that part. Because you need to understand that in order for you to get what I got, you got to pay the cost.
That's right.
Because I paid the cost to get where I'm at. And you know, like they say,
no doubt.
You got to pay the cost to be the boss. So
absolutely. I was just thinking that.
yes. So that's
absolutely.
where it all stemmed from.
Wonderful. So, you know, with that being said, will Madam C. Walker, would she be one of your inspirations? Who inspired you, you know, to do what you're doing?
Yes, they're definitely her and her partner. Definitely, I don't want to quote the lady's name. I'm seeing the article I was reading about her, but yes, they're definitely an inspiration for me because Madam C.J. Walker was a millionaire back then, and so she did that back in the early days. So what's my excuse? Why I can't be wealthy?
Wow.
I have more access than she ever had. Why can't I be?
This is phenomenal. It's so true, the statement that great minds think alike.
Right.
This is phenomenal because everything that you were saying is exactly the things I've been saying for the past few weeks. Ever since 2018 stepped out.
Yes.
You know, and you launched out into the deep and you're motivating us to do the same. And I appreciate your inspiring words.
Right.
Now, how did it feel, you know, once you actually won those monies? I got to ask you this, you know, how did you feel? And also, it's a two-part question. And what came to your mind about what you were going to do once you received the money, the next move that you were going to make?
Well, first of all, I was definitely humbled and grateful and thankful. I felt that I made my mentors proud because I didn't want to let them down. Because when I tell you they worked tirelessly with me on my pitch, on how to help set up my commercial, and so many people were a part of this. And it was all riding on my shoulders, and I wanted them to know that their work was not in vain. So I definitely felt honored, thankful more than anything, because I'm a product of their sacrifice, because they sacrificed their time. And, you know, my mentors are on the West Coast. So, you know, they're 3 hours behind. So that meant they had to work with my schedule, and we were up at different times, making sure we were FaceTime and making sure things were correct. And then my mentor here in Georgia as well, too, working with me, making sure things were done right. And when I tell you, it was just an amazing feeling. And what came to mind that when I won the monies and I just started crying, because not crying for myself, but crying that everything that I had been through was worth it for this moment.
Wow.
It really was. You know, and when I told people my story and just briefly on the video, you know, I said, you didn't know that a year before this, I lost everything. People didn't even know that.
Wow.
But when I tell you things were restored, they were restored, and they were restored quickly. And so I know who I serve, so I don't even have to tell people. It comes through with how I talk to people.
Hey, sis, it's all right. Be unapologetic about it, because I'm a spiritual man.
Yes.
And I'm unapologetic about it either. You know what I'm saying?
So,
you know, as well, rather.
You know, for me, it was everything that's been spoken over my life is coming to pass. And I see it now. And it opened my eyes to believe that, you know what, bigger things are in store for me. And with that being said, I was able to, excuse me, like I said, make everybody proud and just be able to go to the next level. So, and what I planned with the monies exactly was how I told them in my pitch. It was to expand my inventory, to start distribution. And that's what we're working on now. So we're partnering with some great stylists, some great like-minded people. And the monies definitely has afforded us the opportunity to be able to travel, to be able to ship our products internationally. We wouldn't have had those products. And being able to have it on hand, as well as launching the children's book that we just released as well too. So when I tell you it was a worthwhile investment, it was
Wonderful.
a worthwhile investment. And the return that's coming back on it is just phenomenal. I could not, I still can't believe the return that's coming back, because here I was thinking, well, this is going to be gone and I got to make sure I'm very strategic with it. But literally it was just coming back 100-fold. It just continues to keep coming forth. And so, again, like I said, not only with that, but the business has been able to sow into other people's lives, been able to help people, help with Christmases, help with making sure people were successful and getting started for their interviews, whether it's getting their hair done or being able to get them an outfit, as well as just being able to empower people, being able to supply foods for families that were in need as well too. So when I tell you that investment went a long way, it went a long way, and it's bringing a return to where we haven't lost anything, to where you say the subtraction, there really hasn't been any subtraction, because the return has continued to come.
Wonderful. That is absolutely phenomenal. And my next question to you is this: what would you tell a single parent mother, that is seeking to be an entrepreneur? What would you tell that single parent mother?
Don't wait. Start immediately. Whatever you have, look at your hands, and whatever is in your hands, get to work. Don't worry about how the money is going to come. You have got to go for it. You've got to write your vision out, and you've got to run with it. If you don't have the money, money is not an issue. You can start a business. You don't have this, trust me, there are ways that you can get around stuff. You can get a lot of free stuff that you don't even know that's out there, and to launch your business. And a lot of times when people understand that you want to start something, a lot of times people help you. They'll help be a angel investor. And that's what I've done for other people's business. That's another thing that we've been able to help other people launch their businesses. We've been able to help people launch their books. We've been able to help people launch their products, as well as their coaching, consulting services, all of that from one business. And we haven't even, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even gone any further. Wait till we become a multi-million-dollar company. We're really going to be everywhere. So when I say don't wait, there will never be a perfect time. The only perfect time, people say, well, I got to wait till this is in order. I got to wait till that is in order. Don't wait for it. Just go for it. Just go for it. And that's what somebody asked me. That was like, well, would you have, right. I said, I started Kimyons International scared, afraid, didn't know everything. When I was reading the industry, and I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I knew this, but I know Jack. And going with this. And I said, how somebody that didn't know about the industry, had a successful hair and nail salon, was rocking and rolling, making money in the in the black, and producing, and had up to 5 employees working. But I didn't know jack about the business, but the industry, but I understand business. And when you understand business, that allows you to go into any industry, but you have to do your work with that. So I would tell you, don't wait. Start immediately. So if you need a coach, of course, I can help you with that. Dr. Joy K. Alston, check me out. We do have some free consultations to get you started, a free 15-minute session. That's something we give back to people. And it's important that you need to understand that you have to give in order to get. A lot of times we're so quick to get I want to get this, but your hands need to be open. You need to be ready to give. You need to be ready to empower others. And when you do that, that opens the door for you. So, that's what I would tell them. Don't wait. Please don't wait. Connect with people. Be genuine. Make sure you are a person of character and integrity. Because if not, your business will not be successful. I'm telling you, character and integrity will take you where money cannot. Your skills and your abilities will get you in the door and get you, open the door. But your character and integrity is what's going to keep you in there. And it's going to open up platforms, and it's going to have people, city councilmen and different people that are in government, in your inbox saying, hey, I want to connect with you. because that's what's happening to me now. But it's not because I'm out here, you know, robbing people and doing this. No, I'm about character and integrity. I am a brand. So therefore I must carry myself a certain way. And that's another thing that people need to understand. So definitely don't wait. Go for it. Go for it. The only limit that you have is the limit that you put on yourself. And if you say that I can do it, then that's all you need to know. Go for it. And if nobody else don't believe in you, that's okay. They'll be all right, because when you start making money, they're going to want to borrow some. And then you're going to tell them, remember, you told me I wouldn't be successful. And then you know what? But I'm going to help you anyways, because I'm not going to be the way that you were towards me. And again, you have to give back. You have to be ready to rock and roll. You have to be ready to sacrifice. And when you sacrifice, it will definitely be worth it.
Outstanding. That's definitely a phenomenal tip. And I have a last question for you. How did you come up with the name of your business?
Oh, I love that. I think that's my favorite question. Kimyon is actually my middle name. And so I was given my middle name by my cousin that used to actually do my hair when I was little. Because when I was born, I was basically bald-headed. And and they used to laugh at me. And they used to say, you know, that the baby didn't have any hair and all this stuff. And she grew my hair, and she would put beads on my hair. And so I give a shout out to Dolores Gaddy. I'm not going to give out her full name, but I'm going to give out Dolores Pate Gaddy. She's the one that gave me my middle name, which is Kimyon. And so when I was thinking of the name for the product line, I was like, what better way to, you know, this all coordinates, this all works together, because it's talking about hair. So basically, this was really my purpose, was way back then. I just didn't realize it. And so it all comes full circle, talking about hair, the beauty industry, talking about how we represent ourselves and how we stand out. And that's where the name came from, Kimyons International. Because I've always been, I used to tell people I'm an international diva. Didn't have a passport at first, but I told them I was going to be traveling and I was going to be doing all of this. Yes, I did. And I've been traveling the world. And so, you know, for me, I see it now, especially when a former employee that used to work for the salon, she was like, you were saying it. You were saying all of this, and now I see this coming past, and it touched my heart so, because I needed to be reminded of that I had forgotten that I was saying those things back years ago. And she was like, I remember you saying this. I remember literally everything you said is coming to pass. And so for that, that's an honor. And to me, that's just a reminder that we have to keep speaking it. We have to keep believing it. No matter what it looks like, we're going to be successful. And everything that's happening, it's all working for your good. It really is. It's all working out. The bad stuff, the good stuff, the in-between stuff. So I don't know what's going to happen next, and how we're going to eat the next day, if we're going to have gas to get to work, or we're going to do this. And you know what? We might have to fast today. People talking about, yeah, we fasting. No, we're not fasting. We just didn't have no food today. That's all that was. But even those points, we're all working for your good. That's all I can say.
So what would you say, if you don't mind sharing this, what was the most challenging thing for you in business?
The most challenging thing for me in business, I would have to say, would be my mindset. Not anything else. My mindset, my mentality. And the reason why I say that is because so many limitations I put on myself because of what I thought. But when I began to retrain my mind and say, I want the mind that was really given to me, which is the perfect mind, which is I think of great ideals. I'm not stressed. I'm not depressed. I am happy, healthy, and whole. Then things begin to change. Doors begin to open up. I began to look at life totally different. And I wasn't just thinking from day to day. Now I'm thinking of what's next for the generation. When I make purchases now, it's not just, I need some McDonald's today. No, I'm trying to figure out, no, I don't want just McDonald's. I want the franchise so that my children's children can have this location, so that when they wake up and they say, you know what, great grandma, Dr. Joy K. Alston left me this franchise. She left me a hotel. She left me a trust fund. She left me all of this. So I now look for that. I don't think about the day. And so again, that is the greatest challenge that has been for me, was the mindset. I had to change it. I had to renew my mind.
Wonderful. So what is it that you would do differently? What is it, a business tip that you can share that you feel like, if I would have did this particular thing differently, then I would have been a little bit further along than what I am now?
Honestly, I wouldn't have done anything differently. And the reason why I say that is because everything happens for a reason. And a lot of times we say, well, I want $1 million business and I want this, but you don't even know how to handle $50,000. So if you can't handle $50,000, how you gonna handle $1 million? It's a journey. It's a process. Even when people say, well, you failed at this. No, I didn't fail. It was a learning experience. It's now propelling me from where I am now. So everything I've been able to take from it and pull and see, what do I need to do? How do I need to move differently? So I appreciate everything that has happened. The bad times, the tribulations, I didn't know what was going to happen next, now has pushed me to where I am now, because it required me to have faith. And with faith, people say, oh, well, you just got to believe. No, you got to put your belief into action. That means you got to do something. And so now I got to understand that this won't last always. This is just the season. And my season is up. And so when I kept saying that my season is up, it's time for a new season started happening. Slowly but surely. But it could not happen until I got myself together, until I had to understand and believe that, you know what, things are going to get better for me. I don't care what's happening, what I'm going through. It's got to get better, because I won't stay here always.
Excellent. Phenomenal. So I noticed that you are a fireball.
Yes.
I mean, you are combustible, with motivation.
Yes.
So, good sister, if you would share with us, what are some things that you do to keep you on that level of motivation that you are on? What are some things that you do? Maybe a prayer, what is it that you do to keep you where you are?
Well, first of all, my name is Joy. So with that name, you kind of have to be happy. And I'm like, I want to have bad days. And people are like, but your name is Joy. And it just seems like when I want to be mad, everybody starts calling my name. Joy, I need you. And I'm like, really? Okay, so let me get myself together. But it just goes to loving life, appreciating life, being thankful. First and foremost, yes, my prayer time, my time with God, definitely just really understanding who he wants me to be. Because I've lived long enough being who somebody else thought I should be. And that was sick, depressed. That was stressful. That was, oh my gosh, it was to the point of I had a mild stroke at the age of 34. And that wasn't supposed to happen. But when I begin to live how he wants me to live, which means that my best life, which means that I am entitled to being wealthy, because at the end of the day, you understand that broke people make me itch, and I can't be around broke people. And broke is not necessarily financially. Broke is a mindset again. So I don't function very well around broke people. But at the end of the day, there's definitely my time with him, and understanding and seeking wise counsel, and making sure I'm around positive people at all times. And making sure, and for me, I'm a comedian. My brother and I, we grew up, when I tell you we used to laugh and pick at everybody, we did, because that was how we entertained ourselves. And I've taken that on into my adult life, that, a lot of times we get things, we're so serious about stuff, and we're like, really, just laugh. Laugh at somebody going there, just watch people and watch their actions. And next thing you know, you start busting out laughing. And laughter is good for the soul. It actually heals you. And so when you begin to understand that, you know, this joy and this peace that I have, nobody gave that to me but God. And so when I understand, people say, well, how could you joy? I remember you were saying that was when you lost everything, but I saw you jumping up. I saw you happy. I saw you this, because my joy and my peace was not based on the situation. It was based on whose I am. And when I understood that, it didn't matter if I lost everything, was sitting out on the street with nothing but a shirt and a pair of pants on. I knew that I was still blessed. I was still highly favored, no matter what. Because when I come out of this, you going to understand that I'm going to be in my mansion.
Ahead,
and then you going to come visit me at my mansion. And then I'm going to tell you, now you can go stay in one of my rental properties because you just lost your home. But see, what we need to understand is, while you were sitting up high laughing at me, you got to remember, those same people that you meet going up be the same people you meet going down. So always remain humble no matter what happens to you or where you go in life. I don't need to prove to anybody that I have money. I don't need to prove to anybody that I have business, because you know what? When I go out in public now, they're like, oh, I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, dang it, I'm just trying to be low key. And you know, and the little girl asked me, she was like, you're a famous person, aren't you? I said, yes, I am. Yes, I am, honey. I'm a celebrity. You know, and I was like, well, what in the world? But I am. Right. You know, but that doesn't change who I am. I'm still Joy.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm still my daddy's girl. Absolutely. I'm his pumpkin. And I'm the one that still at the end of the day, you know, understands that, hey, I'm going to listen to my daddy, and even though I don't like it sometimes, but I'm going to still listen to him, and I'm going to respect him, and I'm going to make sure I do what I got to do and love on my family and understand at the end of the day that, you know what, we're going to be great. That's all that matters at the end of the day.
Outstanding. So earlier, I do recall that you mentioned that you have a book.
Yes.
All right. So how did you come up with the book? And in closing, you could tell everybody how they could get in touch with you via your social media outlets, and we'll end it there.
Okay. Well, I had this awesome financial advisor, and he's just amazing. And I like him because he's put money in my pocket.
Is he listening right now?
He probably is listening. And I'm going to call his name out.
Some shout out?
Ooh, I want to give him a shout out. His name is Mark.
Go ahead, sis.
His name is Mark Wingo, Mr. Wingonomics. He is phenomenal. When I tell you he is phenomenal, he is helping me with strategies that are growing my business by leaps and bounds. And when I tell you, I'm just honored. I'm truly honored to have him as a financial advisor, because things that I never even conceived that I could achieve are happening now. And which a prime example is this book. You know, we launched it December the 1st, Clover's Curls. It's named after my lovely niece, Clover, my best friend's first daughter. So, you know, I'm honored. And in this book, we're talking about basically loving themselves. Little girls loving themselves and understanding that they're beautiful, no matter whether they have long hair, curly hair, thick hair, kinky coils. They can love themselves, and that they are beautiful, and that they can walk in their purpose. And it ties into the hair care line. And that's just one of the streams that are coming out of Kimyons. There are 3 more that are getting ready to come out as well too. So I can't tell y'all all of that, but it's just a lot of good stuff that's happening. So people are like, I don't see you anymore. Don't worry about it. You don't see me right now. You'll see me on the TV, well, which I've already been on the film, the screen, but you know, with the film, we've been in the film. But you'll see me on TV.
Congratulations on all your successes.
Thank you.
You're welcome, good sister.
Yes, so you know, they can definitely reach out. If they want to purchase the book, they can purchase the book on our website, Kimyons. That's Kimyons.com. That's KIMYONS.com. They can also purchase our hair care line, some of our products. We have a 12 product line right now, and we have some awesome things that are happening with that as well too, as well as going into different salons around the country, so they can purchase our product line as well too. So with the product line as well as the book, for I know they know some type of some little girl that needs that book. They definitely need to sow that book into a little girl's life. If they don't, and I've had quite a few of our customers that they were like, I don't have any nieces and nephews, but I know someone, or I know a neighbor, and they bought those books for those special girls in their life, because we need to encourage our little girls and let them know that they can be anything that they believe that they can be.
Absolutely.
And so we're empowering them through that book, and then we're empowering people through our hair care line as well too.
Phenomenal. Can you see, brothers and sisters, why I have such a wonderful personality on this platform? She has definitely blessed us on this evening, and I have one more thing, because I want people to definitely know about you. I noticed that you have an official watch on Charlotte TV's network. You have a program coming on television. Well, so could you please share that with everyone?
Well, it's not a program. It was an article, actually, on Watch Charlotte. And so I was so excited that, you know, they were like, hey, we've been watching you. And I was like, you watching me? Who, me? I'm just a little small town country girl. What you doing watching me? But it was an article that was placed on about myself as well as the business. But my radio show will be launching January the 23rd on Power 88.1. And so it is a international internet radio station. So you guys will get to hear us, be looking out for the posts on that. We'll be launching that. So I'm so excited about that. So not only just being a published author, being a CEO, an entrepreneur, now a radio host, as well as, you know, a coach for those to help them grow their businesses, because it's my business to help grow your business. And so I need to coach people. I need to help them. I need to empower them. Definitely. We need to build our communities. And so definitely they can reach out to me on Facebook. I have my regular page, which is Joy K. Alston. That's Alston. And then I have my Dr. Joy K. Alston page, and also Kimyons International. And then we also have a beard grooming line for our men, which is The Distinguished Gentleman. They can check that out as well, too.
I like that.
Yes, we got a lot going on.
See, if I had a beard, I'd be there. You know, I would be there.
Yeah, we have a lot going on. So a lot of moves that are happening, because at the end of the day, you know what? I'm a mover and a shaker, and I need to be around some awesome movers and shakers. We are game changers.
Right there now.
And that's what's happening. So, you know, you're all the way in Florida. I'm in North Carolina, and this is amazing, because, I mean, I think it's phenomenal that this is not for me, but this is for the people. Everything that I have inside of me, I want to pour it out. And like the late, great Dr. Miles Monroe said, when I die, I want to die empty, because I've given everything that was bestowed upon me in this body, so that when I leave, I know that I've served my part. My legacy is not in buildings. My legacy is going to be in people.
Outstanding. Also, brothers and sisters, if you're looking for the link in the header of this video, I put our sister's link there to her page as well, so you can go there and you can check out her awesome products and everything that she has to offer there. You know, and sister, if you would, please, if you don't mind typing in the other website that you mentioned.
Yes.
And again, we, my queen and I, Mani and Mari, Synergetic Networking Group, LLC, we thank you so much for coming on this platform and sharing your knowledge and your wisdom and understanding. And on a personal note, if you would inbox us your address, we're going to send you a little blessing.
Oh, well, thank you. Greatly appreciate that.
You're
Again, it was a blessing to be on here. And those that are listening, I just would encourage you today. Let me just say this. I'm sorry, I want to say one last thing. I'm about to cry just thinking about it. Let me tell you something. It's not over. I need you to understand that this is a new beginning for you. Take this year and run with it. No matter if you have to run with tears in your eyes, run and don't give up. Don't quit, because somebody is cheering for you. If you don't have nobody cheering for you, I'm going to go ahead and cheer for you now. I'm clapping for you now, because you are great. You can do it. There's nothing that you can't do.
Absolutely.
And this is a prime example of Greatness is inside of you. You just got to pull it out.
That's right.
Everything you need
That's
is
right.
already inside of you. Get to work.
Definitely. That's right. Absolutely. You know, she said it all right there, brothers and sisters. There you have it. Dr. Joy K. Alston, a very phenomenal job. And as she said, listen, you have what it takes.
Yes.
And the only reason why it's off limits to you is because you doubt.
That's right.
And the only way you can take the limit off is if you have faith.
That's it.
You must be ambitious.
Yes.
You must be confident. You must be disciplined. And you must be determined. And you must have endurance, because endurance means you're fatigued and you may want to give up, but you keep on going.
Yes.
We're going to sign out there. Thank you once again, sister.
Thank you.
Blessings to you.
Blessings back.
You're welcome.